So, Gregg, I know that, I've been following your work for quite a while, and you have gone from basically making movies all by yourself to actually relinquishing a little control by, adapting projects now. What attracted you to this particular one?
The book by Laura, who's also here. Laura, can you stand up? You're out there. Yeah, the book right there. Was made into a movie in the mid-90s, I believe. But I just, why not, my producers and friends gave me this book that they had optioned, and I was just super moved by this kind of, just this beautiful, kind of haunting story with so many layers and so much going on that it really just sort of stayed with me, and I was just blown away by it. So I did an adaptation similar to the adaptation I did Mysterious King in 2004. So. Yeah, so we just got super lucky with this ridiculous cast, and then it came from the time I wrote it to the time I actually made it. It came together pretty quickly, and I literally got the dream cast of all time. So give them a hand. It was just an amazing story. No questions, easy.
Yes.
First of all, wonderful job, everybody. Might be more of a question for the author, but I was wondering what inspired the story.
The question was, what inspired the story?
The Laura one answer. I mean, it's very, very loosely based on an actual case, I think, in the 70s or something. But she kind of really fictionalized it and made it much like this kind of poetic story. And then I further kind of fictionalized it when we were, when I was adapting the script. And but it is very, like the bare bones of it, as far as the husband killing his wife. But of course, in the book and in the original incident, it was the sort of twist ending is actually something that I added in my mind.
So I actually like the twist ending, but what was behind the decision to keep it really brief and not have it happen with the same type of pace as the rest of the film?
You're talking about the very end when Shay finds Shiloh and Chris.
When we find out that the father was actually killer, and then that.
It just sort of the elliptical sort of poetic nature and the voiceover to me just all came together. It took us a while to find the ending. Actually, that scene was kind of moving around different places, and we finally arrived on this spot thanks to the input of a couple of the producers. We sort of came up editorially with some ideas as far as how to integrate it into the ending. But for me, at that point, the story's over. I mean, it's just sort of like once the mystery is kind of solved. It was really fun to actually see it tonight and hear the gasp of the audience. I'm glad that, because for a lot of people that are really kind of shocked by it, I was really happy with that because I didn't want it. It was a very subtle line with Mr. Chris Meloni, who's known for playing like these kind of macho, tough Oz. Killer! Chris, it was really interesting because I said, this character is, has this aspect to him that he is sort of this kind of, Sean's kind of all-American type guy, but kind of like the sort of stereotypical, like they're the perfect couple, like him and Brock and Eve. But for Chris to find a sort of kind of softer, sort of like the way Shay describes him as he's just completely clueless and he's completely ineffectual. So for Chris to find that and to sort of walk that line of being softer and not as like tough as usual, but not like telegraphing like I'm gay. You know what I mean? And Shiloh and Chris and I all talked about. I don't actually think of the Brock character. I mean, it's obviously open to everybody's interpretation. But my thing about it was that he wasn't even really gay or closeted or even maybe bisexual so much as just sort of lonely and needing affection, needing something. And so that was, to me, I I really love the layers of this, the characters, because they all, and the Eve character as well, and Ava Green, who unfortunately she's shooting in Ireland right now, and not available, but I can't wait for her to see the film because her performance is just unbelievable. We had long talks about her character. I always saw Eve as a sort of tragic figure. I didn't just see her as the crazy bitch mom. And Ava and I talked about that a lot because I really saw her as this woman that sort of, you know, the feminine mystique was sort of popular in this sort of period, and this idea of that she just fell into this life that she never chose, and by the end she's trapped by it, and she's so unhappy but doesn't know how to get out. And as Shay's character says, she had no other choice. She didn't have a career. You know, it's not. This was, you know, like decades ago. So I always found her to be a very sympathetic character, as I found all the characters to be super sympathetic. Long answer, I don't know how.
It's okay.
How did you go about casting the film, and did you have people in mind before, or did they read, or how that go?
Shay and I met before, right as I finished the script. It was, but her manager Nils is also here. Nils is actually representing an actor in Mysterious Skin, and we've been friends for years, and he said, I'm working with this amazing actress, Shailene, and she's going to be in The Descendants, and you have to meet her, she's incredible. And so we had a general meeting, and of course fell in love with her. And I ran into Nils at the Spirit Awards the year that Shay won for Descendants. And he's like, you know, Shailene's really looking for something. She's passing on everything. She hates everything. She doesn't really like, she wants to do something super special after Descendants, you know. And I said, well, I'm actually working on this book adaptation, and she'd be great for it. And she read it and loved it. And kind of from there, went from there. And then everybody else is just the dream cast.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, you.
Go for it.
I had a question for Shailene. So, I know movies are often shot out of continuity the way they're shot, but I'm wondering, as an actor, when you know the ending, you've read the script, the entire movies, you're clueless until that last scene. How that works for you? How hard is that for you?
The question was continuity of the movie and knowing the reveal in the last scene. How was it filming all the previous scenes?
Yeah, just playing the character, you know.
Yeah, I feel every movie that I've ever done has always been out of sequence, and I think it's kind of nice to know what happens because you can kind of pace yourself and you can pace your character. I think with this is the first movie I've ever done where the ending is quite shocking and that you don't really see it coming necessarily the way that it does come. And I really don't know how to answer your question except say I've never done a movie any other way, so I guess that's all I know.
There's a question way in back.
So, I will repeat the question. What attracted you to the film, everyone? I will say. And what did you do on set? You didn't. Well, what attracted me to the film was Gregg Araki. And what did Gregg do on set?
Just the action.
To elevate your performance.
Action and well, I mean, he let us have fun, and he let us do what it is that we came here, that we went to set to do, and I mean, he casted us for a reason. So I don't know. I feel like he just gave us a lot of freedom.